This is a tiny little case, and in it is one of the most important guitars probably made in the last 10 or 15 years. Let's talk about it. This is a Santa Cruz Firefly. See this guitar, they all seem to have a very similar response. Wow, that is a tiny guitar. Is that a kid's guitar? This is so small. These are the kinds of questions that you will get asked all of the time. Now, this guitar is not a child's guitar. This is an incredibly important and expensive guitar made from Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz is a California-made guitar that is astounding quality. They are at the absolute pinnacle of top builds, top construction, top methods, top materials. So this guitar is an ebony bridge and ebony fingerboard. This is a Sinker Redwood top. Sinker Redwood means that this is a redwood tree that at one point was logged, forested, and it was taken out, and so logs are exceptionally heavy. And so one of the ways that loggers get these logs out of the woods, and it's very normal, is everyone would just use the rivers. On the end of the log, you would use your own mark, and then everyone would put all of their logs into the river, and then they would move down the river. Now, eventually, those rivers would get clogged up, or they would get jammed, a log jam. And the only thing you can do to a log jam is to use dynamite to blow it up, and that's where they would get all the logs moving again. At the end, they'd pick out the logs, they'd look for the marks, and they'd see whose logs belong to which companies. Now, you now have these guitars that are showing up that have been made from Sinker woods. Gruen Guitars for the last couple of years has been putting out a lot of Sinker mahogany guitars. Those are incredibly old logs. What's interesting is, and I don't understand the physics of it, but basically you can have these guitars that are underwater that get preserved because of being in an oxygen deficient environment under the water. They don't decay, and so they last a long time. So the Sinker Redwood here is a very dark, very beautiful color. It also gives a warmth and a clarity to this guitar. And so that's where this comes from. That's why this top is so dark. This was from a log that was under the water for a considerable amount of time. Now on the back and sides, we have East Indian rosewood. Very beautiful, very tight-grained. It's very purple looking when you can see it. It's hard to translate onto the camera. But also has a mahogany neck, and this is a very short scale. Goto 510 tuners. This guitar is exceptionally rare and is exceptionally good materials. And for that, this guitar new sold for $7,000, $7,500. This guitar came to me. This belongs to a friend here in the Shenandoah Valley. They bought this guitar, and it's just not quite what they're going for, and they've asked me if I would help them find a new owner for this guitar. It is beautiful. When you look at it, it just shows the meticulous nature of Santa Cruz guitars. Now, this is the Firefly. This is a very small guitar. This is similar to, if you've seen Sting. Sting is probably the most popular musician playing a very small guitar. I believe he plays, is it a 528? It's the Martin size 5. That's about what this is. And this has more of a round bottom bout. This reminds me a lot when you look at the old Gibsons from the 19-teens, 1920s. When you look at the L1s, they're very round at the bottom. They call this the Santa Cruz Firefly. It's supposed to be light and bright and very inspiring. So I'll play it a little bit. This guitar actually has to go, but this is for sale. So if you're interested in this guitar, it's going to be, and now the prices on these videos always age poorly. The price on this guitar will be somewhere around $6,000. You know, so you might see this in 10 years and be like, that's crazy. You could buy one for that price. But in 2021, that's, a pretty reasonable price for one of these used because they're so uncommon, so rare. But if you're looking for a Firefly, this is a beautiful light guitar. Now, this does not sound like a big dreadnought. This sounds like a small articulate, bright, smaller guitar. So I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to pack it up, and I got to head out. If you're interested, oh, hey, look at my face. There will be contact information in the description down below if you are interested in this guitar. It is available at jeremytheguitarhunter.com/shop. All right. Thanks for watching.